Oh, Buffalo, we're back. Your year 7 Stanley Cup champions, the Buffalo Sabres. We finally did it. We won it. Parker McMillan in Game 7 overtime. And you know one thing I forgot to do? I just got excited. Won the cup. I didn't do the replay because, man, that's an iconic moment in, never mind Buffalo Sabres history and NHL history. Parker McMillan, Game 7. Stanley Cup overtime game-winning goal, and I didn't even get to see who he walked, but it was kind of like a little turnover there, right at the middle, Svechkov. I don't know if it was really a pass or just a weird puck play. I forget how it all went down, but Parker McMillan picked it up, went past number 4. I remember that. Went past number 4, backhand, forehand, cheese. You look like me playing ESHL, right? So, iconic goal, something you'll never forget, but I didn't see who it was. But what I did do, I went to the box scores. I don't know how you check out jersey numbers in this. If anybody knows, so let me know in the comments if you know how to figure out a way to get their jersey numbers. I couldn't figure it out. I was trying to go through the stats, but I didn't look at our stats because I wanted us to look at that together. Look at the team stats because we're gonna have some interesting decisions here. I'm not making them yet. I'm just recording this new video after we won the cup. I just wanted to get this part out of the way I want to start looking at the contract, seeing what I have to do, because I don't know, part of me, I want to keep Dahlin, I think, but I'm going to have to really think it over here, what we're going to do. But what I was trying to get at here, number 4 for Vancouver Canucks, who was the guy that got walked? I think it was Willander, right? I'm pretty sure it would have been this guy. He was -2. It was a defenseman that got walked. I'm going to go with him just because he was the -2 here, and maybe it was by him at the end of the day. Maybe it's this Carroll's. I don't even know if he was a defender or what's his story, but I was going to go with Willander as the guy that got walked by McMillan to get the Stanley Cup winning goal there. Oh, man, 3 stars, by the way, McMillan. 2 goals, 1 assist. Mr. Game 7, Parker McMillan. Damn, what a game. The second line, Svechkov. He was pretty good for us in the playoffs, man. That's what I mean. He was a good one. So, part of me, if we're going to keep Dahlin, who's the guy that's going? Because honestly, I like McLeod's playoffs. I like Svechkov's playoffs. Rinzel, Byram. Man, maybe those are guys. I don't know. We're going to have to see. We're going to have to let it all simmer. But all events, just so everybody knows, McMillan from Svechkov, the trade deadline acquisition. People were calling GM Big Mac crazy. He was on that Papania. What are you doing? Trading Tippett, the team simming amazing? Nah. You see a guy like Svechkov, sometimes you gotta just pack a punch. That's where it worked out for us. He was great for us in the overtimes. But man, I'm telling you, somebody that really didn't impress me is Gavin McKenna. In the first line in general. Not Lawrence. Lawrence, that's not including Lawrence. He was great for us as well. I generally thought overall he was probably the best forward for us. But yeah, Wallstead winning the Conn Smythe, I think that was deserved. He was definitely the guy. Yeah, again, we just didn't have that point per game player like Vancouver had. They had that first line that everybody was point per game. They were crushing it. We didn't have that over here in Buffalo. It was really like a group effort. I'm trying to think of some sayings, but I don't got it in me anymore, man. This was a long recording. Lawrence, 19 points. You're off 18. Yeah, you're like McMillan, 15 plus 8. Great playoff run from him. McKenna, 15 points minus 15. Brutal. Like, that is just atrocious. Dahlin, 15 points plus 1. Johnston, 15 points minus 10. A little bit better, I suppose, but at the end of the day, not great from your first line at all. You really got hard carried by guys like Lawrence, Yuroff, McMillan, Svechkov, 14 points plus 7. He was great. It's tough to trade that away. McLeod, 14 points plus 5. It's tough to trade that away. So Arsenal, he had a really good first 2 rounds. Then he wasn't a negative. He didn't really drop down. Ended with a plus 8. So great playoffs from Arsenal. But he did quiet down when it got to the Stanley Cup Finals. Byram, 9 points. Plus minus that is 0. Interesting. It's an idea. Power, 8 points plus 4. So at the end of the day, maybe you like Dahlin more than Power. Do you want to move off of Power? I don't know. It's just some ideas. We're just spitballing here. We're just talking together. This is a safe place. Honzik, 7 points, third line. Cheslak, Kustovic, Eklund Asp, Teddy Bluger, Game 6. I'll never forget. GWG. Oh, I love when shit like that works out. Weird question marks here. Fritzmeyer, McIntyre. Brutal playoffs for us. They only played 3 and 4 games. They're a -3. Again, I don't know. Just throwing some things out there. But again, they're cheap contracts, so it's kind of tough to get rid of them, right? Like, we are going to need some cheap contracts on this team. Hopefully it's just a little bit of a learning experience and they can bounce back. But so, I mean, it really pays to have some vets there on your fourth line. A guy like Teddy Bluger. Eklund Asp, Kustovic, like, these are nice because they're younger, they're under control, right? Is Kustovic? Nah, he still needs one. But Eklund Asp, he's under control here, so it's nice to get these guys going, get some playoff experience, because I think at the end of the day, I think they got to see poise, and I truly think poise matters when it comes to the playoffs, when it comes to the Sims. So I think getting guys like Eklund Asp and Kustovic on our fourth line already works out pretty well. So how's the top 6 going to look when it comes to a guy like, or I'm sorry, how's the third line going to look when it comes to guys like Fritzmeyer and McIntyre? We're going to have to make some choices, I think, maybe, but again, see, that's how I work. We just come back. We haven't even got off the plane yet. GM Big Mac, he's already thinking about the offseason, what we're going to be doing next. You know what I mean? Time to parties after I do some simming here. 920 save percentage, 2-4 goals against the average. The Wall, man. Came together. Tough first 6 games after that. He was the Wall. And I'm assuming he's going to win your Vezina as well. So, man, what a great year for Buffalo. Now, we're going to sim up to the draft. See who retires, who's all picking where, what did our scouts find out, and then what the hell am I going to do with this team? Because, man, Rasmus Dahlin, he needs an extension. I'm assuming we want to keep him. I'm still trying to think. I don't know. Because we don't have the money to sign him now, so like, what's the point? We're just going to leave it till we get to the draft, but we have $8 million cap space right now, so remember that. The guy's wanting 16, so what are we going to do? We're going to have to find out. But let's do this simming, get to the draft, go from there. We'll see you boys in a bit. Oh, Buffalo. When it rains, it pours. But we won the Stanley Cup and we won the AHL trophy. Look at this, man. Damn, Buffalo. We've come a long way. We've come a long way from picking second overall, right? Oh, we beat the Condors yet. Suck on that, Edmonton. Another finals just to blow it. All right. Let's keep on sipping. Oh, you know what? Honestly, I can just look at the awards now, right? Let's do that. Let's get this awards out of the way. Buffalo, finally, 20-31-32. The Sabres, we did it. All the years we've lost against teams that ended up winning the Cup, we finally did it. So, great job, Presidents, Stanley Cup. We didn't get the President's Trophy curse. I forgot that we won the President's. Rochester, yep. Matthews, Art Ross, Hart for Matthews, Dahlin doesn't get the Norris. It goes to Adam Fox. Lady Bing. Conn Smythe goes to the Wall. Vezina goes to the Wall. What a year for Jesper Wallstedt. He's that guy. He's that goalie, man. Thank you, Minnesota. Man, what a trade. Chikrin, fuck, and they traded me Wallstedt. I didn't even offer a trade. That was funny. We were going to go with Levi, but Frank J. to Matthews. Yeah, Matthews. Great year over there. Blacker. Yeah, that guy, he can score goals, so. Oh, man. Yeah. Very good. Let's keep on simming. All right. Seattle gets the first overall pick. Nice jump. 6-1. Boston at 2. Colorado falls 1-3. Oh, you hate to see that. Pittsburgh, Carolina, Philly, Vegas. All right. Pretty good. Seattle, still down there. Seattle, still down there. Retired players. Who's gone? Spill the beans. Leon Draisaitl. No, he hangs him up in this sim. He didn't end up with the Stanley Cup. He needed GM Big Mac's help there still. Oh, Mark Scheifele's been a Jed. Forsberg, he retires. Yep, didn't get a cup. Well, maybe he got somewhere else, but he didn't get it the last year with the Canucks. Stone, Trocheck, Morrissey, Bennett. Ekblad, Darnell Nurse, he retires. Where was he again? Yeah, he was with Toronto. All right, goaltending-wise, what do we got? Hellebuck, he retires. Bennington, Wedgwood, Eric Comrie, Malcolm Subban, god damn. Yeah, we're pretty far in this sim, man. A lot of players, they're going. Leon Draisaitl, ugh. Let's go to... Yeah, let's check out the draft class together, huh? What's it looking like here? Medium elite. So again, we haven't been getting that franchise player now for a little while. Interesting. There were so many at the beginning. Then, the last couple drafts, just nothing. Scouts, did you find anything for us by chance? Wild, what's this guy? He's a little bit of a wild card. Can't really tell. Yeah, so no medium elite. Scouts, not the best start for us, but still lots of time. What else do you got here? Ooh, look at this. Low elites, right wing. Maddox, Domi, Grinder, 3 years. All right. That's a nice one. Kocic. All right. But there we go. At least you found us some low elites here. We'll take that. It's not a bad shout. This guy maybe. Why not? Let's pin this guy just in case. Any top 6 guys a little later on? Well, we're not going to pick that high. What about this guy? I hate that, dude. Come on, fucking switch. Telquist, 3 years, A+ league. Chucko. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Well, Scouts found us some low league guys. Can't complain with that. Yeah, shit. Honestly, decent amount of low elites there. Can't complain at all. Very good. Boom. We're at the draft. Okay. Let me take a look at this roster. See what I can find out. See you boys in a bit. One thing I forgot to show you guys before we go into the whole re-sign phase, head into the NHL draft. I forgot to show you guys the playoff tree here. Quick little reminder, man. It wasn't an easy run to get that Stanley Cup. Took us 3 Game 7s. First in the first round against the Leafs. That was a grueler. That's the series we were down 3-0. What a comeback. Another meltdown for Toronto. Beautiful. The Red Wings, close competitive series. That was a good-looking team over there in Detroit. Beat them in 7. That was a grueler. 6 games against Jersey. Then 7 games against the Canucks. So, wasn't an easy playoff run for your Buffalo Sabres, but they got the damn job done. I love it. All right. Here's the game plan. You guys are going to have to hear me out. GM Big Mac, this is why I get paid the big bucks. I have to make the tough decisions. Somebody has to go. At the end of the day, I picture Dahlin as just, he's got to retire as Sabre. I think he's a franchise guy. Somebody will want to keep around. It's tough in our scenario, though, just with our defense, because, man, I really want to give Bouchard the shot. Like, he's 23, 91 overall. He should be getting top pairing time. So, to me, it kind of comes down to, I think one of these guys should move down to the second pair. I'm honestly thinking it's Dahlin, but he's going to be making a shit ton of money, and at the end of the day, he sims pretty well. So, I do think when it comes to the regular season, once I start managing the lines, shaking them out, I think it's going to be Dahlin or Power. One of these guys is going to be on the second pair with Byram. And then Bouchard, he gets to move up to that top pair. I want him to become that 96 overall, kind of like what Dahlin is for us now. He's younger, like pretty well 10 years younger than Dahlin. I think it's time for him to play. I really do want to give him that opportunity. So that's what I'm debating about. Does it really make sense to play a 96 overall guy that you're going to be paying, what, $14, $15 million on your second pair? I mean, the Oilers paid $9.25 for Nurse, and he's playing on the third pair, right? So, I don't know. I've seen crazier things. I think there is a world we could make that work. It's just such a great defensive core. I think that's our je ne sais quoi over here with your Buffalo Sabres. We have that great defense. It's solid, steady Eddie. Top 4, I mean, shit. Like, really, I think it's probably just Detroit that has a better top 4 than us. Or not even better, but kind of competes with us, right? So, I think that's our secret medicine. That's how I want to keep it. I want to keep that defensive core the way that it is as long as I can. I want Dahlin to retire as Sabre. So, I think that's how we're shaking it out. I want to keep Renzel as well. Saval, I mean, if he's a cheap contract, we'll keep him around. Cheslok Lundqvist. I think we move on from Lundqvist, get him out of here. Cheslak, he's 4 years younger, and he played for us in the playoffs, and he was good. And he wants a pretty good contract. Like, he can get him 2 years at $1 million, I believe. So let's offer this right now. Get Cheslak locked up. We're going to move on from Lundqvist. Boom. Right there, that clears up 1.65. We're moving on from Lundqvist. Because Dahlin, we don't know for sure. He's looking for 16 mil right now, right? But we can probably get him down to 14 or 15 with a no-move clause. I might have to do some negotiating with him. I think there's a world we can get him around 14 mil. So if we can do that, we just really need to clear up. So that 1.6, that gets us around 11. We need to clear up around 3, 4, 5 mil. Like if we clear up 5 mil, we're in a pretty good spot where we can sign some more depth here while keeping Dahlin. That's my thought process. Goaltending-wise, it's the wall. Lennon, he's going to have to go. I think he wanted 4 mil or something for an extension. We won't be able to do that. We'll just let him go to free agency. We'll just find a cheap backup goalie for us for the Wallstead. That'll be fine. Now, that means somebody on this forward core is going to have to go. I've been breaking it down here. I'm trying to figure out what the best option is. At the end of the day, it comes down to Svechkov just for the value that he's going to have. At 90 overall, only has 1 more year. Like, I think we can get something massive for a guy like Svechkov. That's the route we go. Or it's McLeod. Do we sell high on McLeod right now? He's 32 at 87. Let's face it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at the beginning of next year if all of a sudden he's back down to an 85 and maybe has 1 X factor. Like, how many X factors does he have now? Okay, so he just has the 1 anyways. So that might end up sticking, or shit, that could even go away. I'm just wondering, does it make more sense to move on from McLeod while his value is at his peak? Or Svechkov, because he's just going to have more value at the end of the day. We can get more from Svechkov. So that's what I've been debating. But the way that I'm looking at it, that's your first line. McKenna, Johnston, Lawrence. End of discussion. Second line, McMillan, Yurov. Power forward, good defensively. Let me just show you the analytics again here one quick time. Great defensively, great physically, pretty good shot, good senses. We kind of want to get him somebody that can pass on the puck. That's Yurov. Yurov has the good puck skills, good senses. If it'll load for me, puck skills, senses. You see all that. And he's still good defensively, physical, good skater. I just think Yurov works perfect with McMillan. Then it's like, we can keep the top 6 stacked. If we keep Svechkov, we keep him on that top 6, and then we move on from McLeod. Then all of a sudden, for your depth here, you're looking at guys like... Then you're looking at a young third line of Fritzmeier as the center. Put him there, third line center. Get your faceoffs up. Become a center for us. Because he didn't want to switch to the wing last year. But I'm willing to give him the shot at the 3C. He is 84 at the end of the day. See if he can become that center or not. If he's just getting crushed, it doesn't work. Then either he's got to move to the wing or he's trade bait. McIntyre. Eklund Asp, Arsenal. Well, mainly it's Arsenal. I already know what Eklund Asp is. I love him. He's perfect for this team on the 4th line. He could even move up if need be. But for now, I'm still envisioning him as that 4C first line penalty killer. And then injuries happen, he could always move up. But I'm thinking for a third line of Fritzmeier, McIntyre, Arsenal. Or it was move Fritzmeier up to the top 6 if we're keeping McLeod, move on from Svechkov. So that's what I'm still trying to think about. We'll make the final decision when I hit the draft. I am leaning more towards McLeod getting traded, though. We want to go back to back, right? I think Svechkov just gives us that little better oomph at a chance. And plus, he's a center. We could always move him down to the 3C if things aren't looking right in the series, right? So I'm thinking for a regular season of McIntyre, Fritzmeier, Arsenal. Young, third line, stud, skate, go. But they aren't the fastest skaters in the world. Like, look at this. He's 1.5 stars. McIntyre's 3 stars. Arsenal, he's 3. Eklund Asp has a little bit of speed to him, so I don't know. Like, I wouldn't even be opposed to moving up Eklund Asp to the 3rd line. So we got some questions here because again, we got him locked up for another 3 years. Something to think about, but. Like Eklund Asp, I like Hanzik as a 4th line left wing. Kustovic, he's versatile. We can always throw him on the right wing if need be. Narina, 80 overall. He could be a 13th forward for us. Skating's pretty good. Physical's there. Decent shot, but Defense, it's not there, so I don't really care for that. In the system, other guys like Cole Baudouin, he could be a call-up. Kulishchev, 24 center, sniper, doesn't have the face-offs. Could be an idea. Murray could be a trade chip as well. Ortiz, 78, I think he was the exact same thing, though. Yeah, no defense, no face-offs. No stats. Like, he has good puck skills. That's about it. The Blues, the legend, Teddy Bluger. Obviously, we got to keep this guy for as long as we can. 2-time Stanley Cup champion. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he must have won one with Pittsburgh or something. I just don't know. So that's pretty much where we're at, Buffalo. I want to keep Dahlin. Dahlin wants to stay here. I want to keep him. He's our captain. We're going to try and keep Dahlin around this team. It just means somebody has to go. Is it Svechkov or is it McLeod? We're trading Lundqvist. We're easily going to clear up that 1.65. Then it comes down to whatever I think works best. Is it McLeod or is it Svechkov? One of these guys, they're going to have to go. We're going to find out at the draft. See which one just makes sense, what works. We'll figure it out, though. That's the idea. That's the landscape. Before we jump into the draft, figured I'd show you guys a couple guys that we have pinned here. I ended up finding something else here for our first round pick. We still have this 32nd overall, so we're going to be able to use that pick. We had a couple options. We had this Maddox Domi pulled. Low elite, right wing, he looked pretty good. 3 years was his thing though, right? So he's going to be a little lower overall. Meanwhile, we have this Kabanov guy, Kirill Kabanov. Nice name. He has some X factors. They're already guaranteed. Like, he already has the 4 on the Unstoppable, 4 for Send It. He's 1 year away. This guy's got to be like 75 or something, right? Like, he must have a pretty good overall as a top 4 guaranteed guy. I like it. He's an LD, which we do have quite a bit of LD, but at the end of the day, man, you can never have enough defense on your squad, right? So I like the idea of drafting this Kabanov guy, but depending on who we trade, what we can make work, if we can somehow get another late first or an early second rounder, we can even get this Domi guy. So that's what I mean. We're still trying to figure that all out, but I think at the end of the day, for our first round pick, we're going to keep it, and I would like to go Kabanov, if anything. Okay, that's the thought process. Let's jump into this NHL entry draft. Somebody has to go. Let's figure out who it is. We're not going to move up in this draft. Like 11th overall with Columbus, 13th with Calgary. I don't think there is anybody really out there at those spots that jumps out to me. We just don't have them all pinned down exactly. There's this Dave Tays. That's the RD, two-way defender, 1 year. He looks to be kind of the exact same thing that we can get with our first round pick at 32nd. So I don't think we're going to trade McLeod or Svechkov to... Ooh, Boston all of a sudden. In our division, that's scary. That's a little sketchy for a guy like Svechkov. But, few draft class. And that's going to be a shit ton of value. Like, is it even going to be possible? But we do get a couple left wingers, which I wouldn't mind to kind of help out a guy like McMillan on the second. Well, interesting. Mahalik. All these guys are two-way forwards. I don't think it's even going to be possible, but out of curiosity. Like, they want a guy like Svechkov. What's that looking like? It's close. Meh. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that for us. That's not where we're at right now. We're just going to sim up to our 32nd overall pick. I'm going to call a shit ton of timeouts. Let's see what kind of teams jump out to us here. Let me do some looking. All right, ripped around the trading block here, trying to see what I can figure out. At the end of the day, it's going to be McLeod. I think McLeod, it's just time. He's 32, still 2 more years at 5.25, not a terrible contract. I just think the value is going to go down. I think we got a pretty good peak value for McLeod. I would like to utilize it now. Svechkov, he's 3 overalls better, 3 years younger. And we could always move him down to the third line just to keep the incredible center core alive if it's needed. I'm not looking to do that to start off the year right. I want to give Fritz Meyer the shot to be that third line center. See if it works or not. Maybe 68, maybe the face-off overalls don't really even matter. If he could still compete, like if it's still a plus line, I don't really care if you win in the draws or not. How are your points looking? Are you a plus minus? That's kind of more what I care about, right? So at the end of the day, I'm okay getting rid of McLeod just to kind of keep the edge on this team of we're still going to compete. We're still looking to win cups, right? So I'm going to try and offer this. I found the Sakic guy. He looks pretty good. Cooper Sakic. I was looking more for a defenseman or a left winger. And again, I'm trying to deal him out to the West, right? So it really cuts my teams in half. There really isn't much for prospects out there in this world. I think I got to jump up the scouting or whatever the hell, get us better prospects because there really isn't much. I like the defense, look the physicality, pretty good skater, defensive defenseman. I'll try this. I'm going to try it first, but they say no to that. I don't blame them. I do have other things I could give you. Like, what do you guys like? A guy like Narina. Like, I have some guys I can put into this trade. Not Fritz Meyer. No. Rinzel. No. Like, you want a Lundqvist. I could give you a Lundqvist. Do you like a Narina? You do want an Arena. Like, I'm willing to give in some of these things. Or 45 skaters. Well, what if we just did this? McLeod and Arena. Two good players. We get a prospect defenseman, and we get their first round pick for next year. What about something like this? How does this looking? It's a done deal. Holy shit. All right, Buffalo. I really wasn't expecting that to go through. But now, okay, I still have 4 minutes. I can talk a bit. Damn, that's a big trade. All right, let me just show you this quickly. I can't even show you. Well, anyways, we move on from McLeod. He was a great Buffalo Sabre for us. Been here the entire time. Great third-line center. Won a Stanley Cup finally. But at the end of the day, GMs, they have to make tough decisions. I want to keep Dahlin. Somebody had to go. It was McLeod. It's unfortunate. Arena, I kind of showed you his stats earlier. I just don't think he's going to crack this team at the end of the day. He's a right winger, which, you know, we kind of need in a sense for the fourth line, but we can just find somebody like that in free agency. Ideally, I'd like somebody with some poise, like I was talking about. More of a veteran if he can go on that fourth line right wing with Asp, Kutstovich, and whoever the hell else we have there. I generally forget. So that's where we're at. We made a big trade, though. I like that. We get a good prospect, and now, if we offer our trades, we're going to have 2 first-round picks to play with here when it comes to the trade deadline. If there's anything we want to move off of, right? If there's something out there that makes sense, we have 2 first-round picks we can try and mess with. Who knows? Maybe St. Louis is ass, and that becomes a lottery pick. That would be nice. You have to give to get. We got a first-round pick. We got a good prospect. But it cost us a stud in Ryan McLeod in Arena. It's unfortunate. Best of luck to you, Ryan McLeod. Farewell. Back to business, though. Now, we are just going to do a fine trade for Lundqvist. Anybody who wants him, you could have him. Just want to clear off this money now before I forget, like I did a few years ago there with Lafreniere. That was like my biggest thing. Got offload. Just totally forgot to trade him. Lundqvist, where could we flip you? Again, 3rd for Calgary. I don't hate that. Calgary, Chicago. Just somewhere out in the West where you can bite us in the ass until the Stanley Cup Finals. That's the idea. 3rd. Yeah, I'm good with just a 3rd. We don't need to bring back an extra contract. We'll do the deal with Calgary. Boom. Now, does it tell me what the hell is our cap space like? Can you flip over, please? 11.3, but we cleared up like 6.9. Then we were at 9 mil, so we're going to be at 15, 16-ish mil. We should easily be able to keep Dahlin. That was the only extension we really had to hand out. Then it's going to come down to we just need to find a cheap backup in free agency, then kind of some depth players. It's like, honestly, our depth now on the defense, we have Sakic that can come up if an injury happens. Sign another couple two-way guys. Ideally, though, it's like we want to add a 4th liner. Okay. We're running out of time here. Anyways, I already know who I want to drop this first overall pick. If it was between Kabanoff and Domi, I'm going Kabanoff. I see the 2 X factors. They're already there. He's 17, LD, whatever. He's kind of the exact same thing as Sakic. What did I say before, though? Can never have enough defensemen. We're going Kabanoff. What are you? What's your scoop? Oh, yeah. Let's show you these picks here. 80 overall for Zigomanis. I saw him when I was kind of looking around. He looked really good. Colorado, they dropped this Bodens guy. He looks pretty good. Mahalik in Pittsburgh. Again, it looks like a good draft. Fair enough. Top 4D. all that. But where the hell's Kabanov? 73 overall, top 4D. We'll take that. Let's sim to pick 45. I don't know. I didn't even really pay attention to where I should be getting my picks. Maybe I should have. Yeah, like now my next picks aren't really till 93, 94. So when's my next pick here? 64. Okay. Well, let's take a shot. Is there anybody here that looks good? Something that jumps out to you? Oh, Chucko. I remember looking at this guy before. 3 years, center, two-way forward. I don't know, maybe. Could be something, maybe not. Messier. Defenseman Messier. What? No. Like this game. Oh my god. So slow. We could just go with Chucko, get a guaranteed top 6 forward medium. Seems like kind of a cop-out, though. It's like, come on, we kind of want to push for something better than that. Jamal Kessel, RD. We do need an RD on this team. +8, 28 points, C- league. Not the greatest stats in the world that jump out to you. Tate McIntyre. Ooh, McIntyre's brother, another LD. Man, we're getting a lot of LD, but, you know, +7, defensive defenseman. I don't know, that could be an idea. Top 4D low. That doesn't seem like a good get. Listen. It's not the sexiest pick in the world, but we're going to go with Declan Chucko. 6'3", he's a center, two-way forward, in an A- league. He was +16. That's not too terrible. No points, but that's okay. He's more of a shutdown defensive type of guy. Can never have enough of that, right? We're going to get us some Chucko on our squad. Come over here, Declan. What are you? 64 overall. Top 6 forward. All right. Not terrible. Face-off 69. That's my first thing I was looking at for a two-way forward center. He's going to need some growth. He's going to need some nurturing, but that's okay. We'll see what he becomes. 64. What do we got? From here. Now this is where I start just ripping off from our picks. We're going to start off with McGammond. Yeah, that's the next one. So we're going to go LD McGammond. What are you? Missed it. Top 4D low. Not great. Next pick. Ooh, 96. That's cutting it close. I'm going to offer a trade just to move up a little bit. Just give me a little bit so I can get that other guy. Might be useless, but we're going to try it. I'm willing to give up this 7th. 88. Detroit. I'd do something like this. Then you give me a 7th for next year. I don't know why you would do this, but let's give it a whirl. Good deal. All right. Thank you, Detroit. We needed that after we crushed you in the second round. So with our trade up with the Detroit Red Wings, we get to select this guy. Marjamaki. Tomas Marjamaki. See what you got. Another center. Top 6 forward low. Not great. Let's go up to 107. And I think this is where we start actually getting our guaranteed guys. Guys that are actually going to be guaranteed low elites. We're going to go... Well, this guy, he's not guaranteed. Let's see. Van Ryn, what are you? Ooh, low elite 54. Power forward. Very good. Okay. Got a low elite out of there. 128. You're going to go with this guy, Mate Kochi. What are you? Another low elite center sniper. Fair enough. With our 160th, we are going to go with our last pin guy, Renz. See what you are. Holy shit. Low elite 53. So Kuchi, he looks like our best guy. 192. Let's take a shot in the dark. What can we find here? 2-star low elite. Anybody with any medium elite? Let's try this LDRD Tapper guy. Hudson Tapper. He'll be a surprise. I have no clue. I'm not going to keep on looking. Fuck it. Tapper, what are you? Tapper. 7D low. It is what it is. Sim the entire draft. Big deal. It's unfortunate. It's almost a sad day here in Buffalo. We had to get rid of a guy like Ryan McLeod. Got rid of a prospect in Arena that we had some high hopes for. We had to clear up the cap space. Because we need to keep our captain. We need to keep Rasmus Dahlin. Let's see if we can do it. Beautiful. Our third priority. He resigns Cheslak. Very good. 2 years, $1 million. Come on. How can you say no to that? Resign phase. What do we got? The big fish is Dahlin, but let me just deal with all these other guys and then Dahlin, that's the big one. See what we can do. Right now we're at 14.6 million cap space. It's tight. It's right there. Let's see. Well, Dahlin, this is going to be tougher than I thought. We're at 14.5 in cap space right now. Like, even if we're at 14 point whatever, like, if we max it out right to our cap space, it's still, like, not exactly favorable. I'm going to try 13.75. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do some contract negotiations with this guy, but let me try for 13.75, 4 years, see what he says. Maybe he just accepts it, gives us around $1 million to play with for a backup goalie. Our depth, it's going to be hurting this year, right? But we're going the route of keeping the superstars, 1 more year, go back to back, and then may have to kind of do more of a retooling, kind of reshape the squad here how we see fit. But 4 years, 13.75, no move clause. Is it stupid? Is it stupid? Pretty much is what I'm trying to get at. I think 4 years is perfect. I think that's what we want for a guy like Dahlin. It's just, I'm going to have to work on that price because, yeah, that's quite a bit of money here for Dahlin. $13 million, 4 years, see what he says. We're going to play a bit of hardball here to start off for Dahlin. Then we'll go from there. Then again, Lennon, we're letting him go. It was a great run for us. He was a great backup for Buffalo. He won a cup. How long he's been here? Yeah, like he's been here 5 years. Steady Eddie, couldn't complain. Couldn't ask for a better backup, honestly. But tough year last year, I suppose. Time to move on. Can't give him that money. Adios, Lennon. Dahlin says, nope, fair enough. We're going to have to play a little bit of hardball here, but I'm going to try negotiating with him, see if we can get him on a better contract than that. Ooh, interesting. I don't know. It's almost come to a point. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Let's see. Let me negotiate. See what we can do.
Drafted first overall, thought it was grand. Went well for a year or two until it all came all unglued. Dahlin hates me. Yes, he really hates. Screw Buffalo. He hates the weather and our fans, 'cause he's a scumbag.
Dahlin, oh man, shit. He's being a bit of a prick here. Alright, that's okay with me. If you want to be an asshole, hey man, I have 14.5 million I could use on other shit. Like, we do not need you, Rasmus Dahlin. I'd appreciate to keep you, but if you're going to be a prick like this, I don't know if I even really want to. Alright. Listen, I'm willing to do this. I'll give you 14.5. It's going to take us right to the tits when it comes to our salary max. That's on you, Dahlin. But man, do I really want to give you a no move clause? Like, may as well just do this. 14.5, modify, no trade, 4 teams. What do you say? This is legitimately as close as to the max as I can get it for a guy like Rasmus Dahlin. 14.5, 4 years. He's being stingy. He's playing hardball. Does he even really want to play for Buffalo? Is he committed as much as I thought he was to this organization? I might have been wrong. Might have been a mistake to trade McLeod. Who knows? But I'm willing to do this. 14.5, 4 years. It's a no move clause, but in the last 2 years at least, it's modified, no trade. We have like 3 teams we could pick out of, so that's what we're aiming for. What do you say? Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Rasmus Dahlin, he does not want to stick around with Buffalo. All right. All right. That's okay with me. That's fine with me. You want to be a prick? Last thing. Rasmus Dahlin is testing out the NHL free agency. Peace out, douchebag. But if he's available out there, maybe he wants a little less money once he realizes it ain't all sunshine and rainbows out there. Maybe he'll come crawling back. But, gentlemen, Rasmus Dahlin, he didn't want to play ball. Wasn't enough for Dahlin. At the end of the day, is it the worst thing? He was 32 years old, asking for over 14.5 mil with a full no move clause. Like, at some point, you got to try and be realistic with this team. Are you about winning, or are you just about the money? And he had no love for the organization. Like, I tried negotiating with him, talking about the charm. We're a winning team. Look at the overalls on this squad. Like, you don't want to come here and try and be a winner? Interesting. I am regretting trading McLeod now, I'll be honest. That is hurting us, but let's count this out. We'll go into the free agency, try and figure some shit out. Forward-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's your top 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We got depth. You got some shit. Goaltending-wise, Wallstead, we do need to get a backup. Defensively now, Power Bouchard, Byram Rinzel. So, like, that's your left side. He's on your second pair RD. He's on your third pair RD. Would like a second pair RD. But again, maybe Dahlin's still out there. Maybe it's somebody we can go back around, try and bring him back. But for now, that's how it's looking like. We do need a second pair RD at this point. Dahlin, he's not back, but we'll go to the free agency, see if we can somehow convince him to come back to us. But he's got to play ball with us. His contract ask and all that. I don't know. It's almost like, is it even worth it? That's kind of what I was getting to the point of. It's like I was almost looking for a way to get out of that deal because I don't know if it's worth it. But we'll see. We'll get to the free agency, see what's all out there. That's your squad. So yeah, pretty much we're just looking for a second pair RD and we need a backup. Let's get into it. All right, we send up here to free agency. Buffalo Sabres, after winning the Stanley Cup, Rasmus Dahlin, 14.5, no move clause. Wasn't enough for the guy. He went to free agency. It is what it is. He's looking for 16.5, 4 years. The years match up with exactly what we're wanting with a guy like Gavin McKenna and I think it's Lawrence. Like, his contract comes up around that same time, so we'd have 3 big players coming up at 4 years. Listen, we're at 14.5. We'd have to offload some money. Like, it'd have to be a Renzel, something. It'd have to be somebody that's around 3 to 4 mil that we can clear up. Then we could bring back a guy like Rasmus Dahlin. Or is it just time the Buffalo moves on? Is it time we move on from a guy like Dahlin wanting 16.5 at 32 when we already have a guy like Aiden Bouchard that can bring the offense that Dahlin can? Is it going to be as high as him right now? Maybe not. We'll have to see. Once he gets first line time, first line power play, we'll see where those numbers go. But that was Dahlin's spot. I think he just priced himself out here in Buffalo, unfortunately. He just doesn't want to stick around. He's not about the winning. It is what it is. It's time for GM Big Mac to make a different move. Maybe we fill out the roster a different way than what I was imagining after winning that Stanley Cup. It's unfortunate. It is what it is. But this looks like a pretty good free agency class here. So let's take a quick look. See what jumps out to us here before I wrap up the video. Carter Yakubchuk, but again, 12.95 years. I'm picturing something else. I'm thinking we want to do something else for this team. Or maybe it's a good RD, a good second pair RD, but ideally I would like it to be under 10 mil. And then we have around What if it's 8 mil or something that we have 6 mil to play with, maybe for a forward, a backup goalie, gives us a little bit better depth. That's what I'm trying to get at. So let's just look around here. Kaminsky, 89 RD. I think he was the Boston Bruins guy. Yeah, RD. He was really good defensively, defensive defenseman, good physicality. I'll go around through the trading block eventually here. Guys are going to be available via trade. Maybe that can be an idea we can look around. But Kaminsky, interesting. Nikishin, I don't know about. Thomas Steck. Again, not exactly what we're looking for. Sumal. I'm looking more for an RD. Ooh, look at this guy. Miles Wood? Matthew Wood? Matthew Wood. Power forward, damn. Oh, look at the bottom row. Exactly what I'm looking for. Good senses. Oh, shit, Matthew Wood. 2 offers. 27. Is this guy UFA? Let's just go UFAs for now. He is. Interesting. All right, instantly. Matthew Wood. I see this guy. What if we go this type of route where maybe one of those younger third line players that I had in mind, and a guy like Arsenault, Fritzmeyer, McIntyre. Maybe we don't bring back Dahlin. We don't get the 96 overall defenseman, but we can beef up the forward core with a guy like Matthew Wood. This is an idea. That's a pretty good contract. Yeah, 4 years. We can lock up till he's around 31. Then what? We could even give him a bit, because I think he had 2 teams interested in him, so we may have to overpay a little bit, but honestly, 4 years, it's the McLeod contract. He's just not a center, he's a winger. But again, we're wanting to give Fritzmeyer that third line center spot. I think I want to give him the opportunity. Then it's like, maybe we keep Arsenault, we go with Wood instead of McIntyre. I wouldn't mind that, because at the end of the day, that third line's slow as hell. It's just slow, young third line. Could bring in a good vet like a guy like Matthew Wood, 27. Good stats. Interesting, that already piques my interest. Keep him in mind, Matthew Wood. That could be a good one for us. Ooh, look at this. David Juracek. RD, 2A. Good defense, good physicality, pretty good skating. Puck skills are there. 84 offensive awareness. Poise is there at 86. David Juracek. And again, he's a UFA around the 8 million mark. This is kind of exactly the type of player I'm talking about. What if it's a guy like Juracek? We can give him some sort of no move clause. Try and beef up the value. Yeah, no team's interested in him. But if we can get him around 8 mil, that gets us, 6.5 to play with? Then we can bring in a forward. We can bring in a backup goaltender that's cheap, hopefully. I haven't really looked at that. Boosvert. Center, 2-way. Yeah, he looks like a stud, don't get me wrong. 6.4. Interesting, okay. I honestly like the idea of Wood more, just because, again, I want to push Fritzmeyer as that 3C. He's medium elite, he's 84, he's 21. If we can get that face-off to grow, he could be a monster for us. He already has the really good stats, just the face-offs is the only thing that's missing for him. It's like, I just wish he was a winger at the end of the day, but he hasn't switched over yet. Interesting. This Boosfert guy, that one kind of catches my eye as well. He looked pretty good. Morrow, 85, 29, same kind of contract. I'd rather go big and go for Juracek. Yeah. And then we'll kind of go from there, because I wouldn't mind maybe bringing in a cheap fourth line right wing type of guy as well after that trade for, I forget the power forward that we traded there with McLeod. He was a good player. Part of me does a little bit regret making that trade for him, but it is what it is. I think we can get a good veteran right wing with some poise. I got like Brock Besser for an example. That can be somebody maybe we can bring in for a 1-year vet right wing. Has the poise. Connor Geeky. Like, there's some options here we can bring onto this squad. So it's unfortunate we had to get rid of that guy, that prospect, the top 6 forward, power forward. I forget his name, but I think there are other ways we can try and fill that spot. So it is what it is. We got a first rounder for next year as well from the St. Louis Blues. I'm still not mad at that trade. It's just, it hurts more that Dahlin didn't re-sign. I really thought we'd be able to get him re-signed after that. Last thing, before we sign off here for this video, extensions. Big extension year for us. First one's Wallstead. Give us an idea. What are you looking at? All right, no move clause, 12. That's reasonable. How low could we get him for an example? Yeah, like, we could probably get him to 11. Yeah, like, no move clause, 11 mil, 7 years. He's our guy. We can even try and mess around with something where it's a little bit reduced. Give us an out if need be, but he's going to be our goalie for sure for the next 4 years. And after that, if we get another prospect that comes up that's ready, we could always move off of him. Then his ask doesn't really go down too low, so we could always beef it up a bit. So Wallstead, that's pretty reasonable. Around 11 mil we can get him at. Extensions. Oh, geez, here we go. Yeah, there's a lot. Svechkov, what do you want? 11.74 years. Oof, that's a lot. Okay. Renzel, what are you looking for? Around 6 mil, 5 years. That's a lot. Okay. Again, just more giving us an idea. Who could I give a contract extension right off the rip, and then who has to wait? Then we have to kind of go from there. Fritzmeyer. All right, 3 years, 2.5. We can definitely work with this like a guy like Fritzmeyer. We give him the opportunity. You're going to be our 3C. He's going to have 4 years at it. Eventually, the faceoff should grow, hopefully. So 3 years, 2.5. That's not bad for Fritzmeyer. I think that's an extension we'll definitely do. Kustovich, what are you looking for? Yeah, 2 years, 1.5. We could definitely make something like that work. We can even do 3, get him a little bit juiced up at 1.6, something like that. That's pretty good for a fourth line, left wing, center, wherever he ends up shaking. Could even go to the right wing if need be. McIntyre, what's your story? To me, McIntyre, yeah, 1 year, 2.3. To me, McIntyre is the odd guy out. Because either he's just going to have to make the jump into the top 6 with those stats, or is he needed? He just has the really good puck skills. Offense awareness is there at 86, but then after that, bottom row is not great. Like 3 stars or lower. He's slow. Interesting. Okay. So instantly, the way that I'm looking at it, Fritzmeyer, Kustovich, I like. Then it's kind of hold off from everybody from there. Honzik, what are you looking for? 2-1. Again, that's another guy we could just leave for now. But that's a reasonable extension for a guy like Honzik. We could maybe make that work. But to me, it's Fritzmeyer, Kustovich, and Wallstead. Those are the obvious extensions that I think we can get done July 1st. And then it's figure out from there. How much cap space do we have after that? I like the idea of a guy like Juracek, good defensive defenseman, can fit well in that second pair with a guy like Byram to go forward for the next however many years. Kind of go from there. Extend Wallstead. Oh, you know what? Quick thing. Any cheap goalies, and we're going to wrap it up here. This right here, 1.2, 82 overall, Kolosev, something like that. Some cheap, respectable backup. Buffalo. That is a wrap. I'm going to edit up this video, send her out. The next video, what are we doing? Is it going to be a trade for a defenseman for the second pair RD, or is it going to be a guy like Juracek? I like Juracek. We don't have to give up any assets. Bring him in, pretty reasonable contract, 8 mil, 6 years, something like that we can get him at. Or is there a trade out there that can involve a guy like McIntyre? Maybe a first rounder that's ours, and we keep St. Louis's, because at the end of the day, I think we're going to be better than them. Going to be going deep into the playoffs. The Blues, I don't know what to expect from them, right? So we'll just have to see. In the next episode, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, morning, evening, afternoon, whenever the hell you're watching this. Buffalo, big off season, big moves. Let's go back to back.